let's talk about menstrual cups. As someone who's been using them for almost 3 years now, with this video I'm going to be answering some of the most frequently asked questions and the most common doubts and fears associated with using the cup. Before we jump into the video, two things. One, this is not a sponsored post, and two, I'm not going to be talking or reviewing something that I've only used a handful of times. Like I said, I've been using the cup for almost 36 menstrual cycles now, and I do not exaggerate when I say that the cup has positively transformed my relationship with my period in a comfortable and sustainable way. With this video, I hope to give you some verified information and demonstrations that you can see and learn from, and also share with those who could benefit from this. Now, what is a menstrual cup? It is a bell-shaped, sustainable and reusable menstrual product, which means that you can use the same cup for up to 10 years. It's made of foldable medical-grade silicone, and it basically sits inside your vagina and collects blood. Once every 8 to 10 hours, you remove it, rinse it and put it back inside, and repeat the process throughout the cycle. And once you're done with the entire cycle, all you have to do is sterilize it in boiling water, put it away in its pouch and bring it out only during your next cycle. While menstruators in the West have been using the cup for over a decade now, in India we're still conditioned to use sanitary napkins, and then maybe some of us switch to tampons. There is still a lack of mass awareness on cups. But with Indian homegrown brands like Boond Cups retailing online, and with the growing dialogue on sustainable living, it's time we had more of these conversations and seriously considered switching to cups. How to use a menstrual cup. Now, the first thing you do before you use your menstrual cup is to boil it and sterilize it for about 5 minutes. After you're done doing that, make sure to wash your hands with soap before you begin the process of wearing your cup. I'm going to be using this narrow-necked glass bottle to demonstrate how to wear a cup. So the first thing you do is to fold your menstrual cup so as to reduce its diameter, and then you put it inside your vaginal opening, angled towards your tailbone or your bum, and it goes inside until you hear a pop and release it. Did you hear that? That is when it creates a vacuum seal or a suction with your vaginal walls, keeping it intact and ensuring that there will be no leakage of blood. This is how it sits between the cervix and the vaginal opening, wedged between the vaginal walls, and you can sort of feel the stem inside of you. The average menstruator is advised to empty their cups once every 8 to 10 hours. Be sure to never let it stay inside for more than 12 hours. How to remove the cup? Now, to remove the cup, you basically feel around for the stem. Use 2 of your fingers to kind of go inside, go up and up and up, turn and twist and just pull it out. Now, I know that process would have looked a bit scary to some of you, which is a common fear. Is the cup too big for my vagina? Is it going to tear it or cause it any harm? And the simple answer is no. Your vagina is an elastic organ. It can expand all the way for childbirth and is also designed for penetration and intercourse. In comparison, a cup's diameter is much smaller and it sits comfortably inside your vagina. Why switch to a menstrual cup? Here are some reasons to consider switching to the menstrual cup. Number 1, it is activity friendly. I personally have dived on my menstrual cup. I have swam with it, worn a bikini, white pants, done yoga and exercise, hiked and trekked. All of these things have been made possible because menstrual cups avoid leakage and don't have to be changed often. This means that you can see your period days as any other regular days. Reason number 2, cups are reusable. You use the same cup for up to 10 years of your periods. This makes it eco-friendly, sustainable, and a great way to reduce your carbon footprint. Reason number 3, because they're reusable, they are super cost effective. I bought my Boond cup for about 700 rupees 3 years ago, and this is going to last me for another 7 years. Compare that to how much you spend on sanitary napkins or tampons every month. Reason number 4, look at how tiny and cute they are. This makes them handy, portable, and super easy to travel with. You don't have to think about packing tons of sanitary napkins, buying them on a regular basis, even having to borrow them from a total stranger when you're in an emergency, and this also cuts out your disposal worries. Reason number 5, the properties of medical grade silicone make it unreactive with the human body and vice versa. This means that your vagina's pH balance remains intact, and you get to avoid all of the other stuff that we have to deal with when it comes to sanitary napkins and tampons. Rashes, dryness, and any other form of irritation that results from the sanitary napkin constantly rubbing against your vagina. Reason number 6. Menstrual cups are the only menstrual products that collect blood as opposed to absorbing it. Let's look at some of the most common folds used while wearing your cup. Number 1 is the C fold, which is what I use personally. You basically just fold it once against its length and then again along its width. This forms a little C and helps you reduce the diameter to insert your cup. Fold number 2 is the punch down fold. You basically just take one top corner of the cup and push it against the bottom corner of the other side. And again, you have a reduced diameter which helps you push this in. And the third fold is the 7 fold. You basically flatten the rim lengthwise, take the top right corner and push it against the bottom left corner. There you have it.
Here are some positions to consider while wearing the cup. You can either squat a little, which is what I do, or put one leg up on a surface.
Now let's jump into some of the most common fears or concerns. People often wonder, can the cup get lost inside your vagina? Again, the answer is no. If you see this diagram again, you will know that the cervix hole is too small to allow a cup to pass through up the vaginal passage into the uterus. Can you pee and poop while using the cup? Yes, of course you can. We have 3 holes: the anus through which we poop, the urethra through which we pee, and the vagina through which we menstruate. These are all 3 separate holes, so yes, you can pee or poop while wearing the cup. What sized cup should you start with? Most menstruators can start off with medium-sized menstrual cups. This depends on the position of your cervix. Now, how do you measure that? Ensure that you've cleaned and rinsed your hands with soap and then insert your middle finger inside your vagina. If 2 knuckles can comfortably go in, this means that you have a medium to high cervix and you can quite comfortably use a medium-sized cup. If your entire finger is able to go in comfortably, then again, you can use a medium-sized cup. However, if while inserting your finger, you seem to have hit a wall, this means that you have a lower cervix and you would need to use a smaller sized cup. Who shouldn't use the menstrual cup? Now, there are a few instances when you should be staying away from using the menstrual cup. Number 1, if you're bleeding postpartum, post-delivery, wait for a few months for your menstrual cycle and rhythm to return to normalcy before you start using the cup. Number 2, if you have a known silicone allergy, you should stay away from the cup. How do you know that you have a silicone allergy? If you're allergic to contact lenses or condoms, those would usually be good indicators of a known silicone allergy. Number 3, if you have a fungal or bacterial infection in your vagina, get that treated before you start using the cup. Virginity is an emotional and socio-cultural concept rather than a physical one. The prevalent belief is that when the hymen breaks as a result of intercourse, one loses their virginity. But the hymen can break in multiple other ways. When you're horse riding, cycling, indulging in sports, or any other form of exercise. Wearing the menstrual cup too can stretch the hymen. But whether or not that counts as a loss of virginity is a choice that is yours and yours alone. And with that, we come to an end of this video. I hope it has answered some of your fears and questions related to the cup. And I do know that despite all of the personal and environmental reasons to consider a switch, some of you may still be uncomfortable with the idea of using a penetrative menstrual product. And for you, I do have some eco-friendly alternatives to plastic sanitary napkins. EcoFem and Soch are 2 companies that produce reusable cloth pads. You can look them up online. I hope that you will seriously consider switching to the menstrual cup. If for nothing else, then to just have a happy and healthy relationship with your period. Please do share this video with more people so that we can all come together and embrace this cost-effective, sustainable, and activity-friendly menstrual product. If you have more questions, please feel free to look up the Boon Cups website and visit them on their Instagram page. You can also follow me for continued conversations on periods and the menstrual cup. Bye-bye and have a happy period.